Today we're doing lesson 4, perimeter notes. Perimeter is a distance around a shape. The steps to find the missing side lengths. Step 1, you're going to highlight the vertical lengths in one color, and then you're going to highlight the horizontal lengths in another color. Step 3, determine if the missing side is the longest side length. If yes, you will need to add to get your answer. Take the given non-missing horizontal side length and add them together to get the total length of the missing side. If you look and it's not the longest length, if you say no, you will need to subtract to get your answer. So that will make a little more sense when I go ahead and I do the examples for you. So here I have a shape, and you can see that I have my x and my y, and those are unknown values in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight different colors to represent the horizontal and the vertical. And now that I have my different colors, I know that I'm looking for my x that's pink and my y that's green. So if I go ahead and I start with my pink, I know that I need to solve for x. And you have 4 and x. And here you know that you're going to have to subtract because the longest side is 15. And you have to subtract the 4 in order to find your x. When I do 15 minus 4, I get 11. So up here you can say that x equals 11, and I'm going to take my units, centimeters. For y, I look, and my y is my longest angle. So I need to look, and I see 3 and 5. And if you look up at the notes here, it says if it is the longest angle that you're solving for, you need to add. So I know that I'm going to take my 3 and my 5 and I'm going to add them together to equal my y. When I add 3 and 5 together, I get 8. So y equals 8 centimeters. Let's go on to number 2. Again, I'm going to highlight. I'm going to do my x pink. So I'm going to highlight everything, all my vertical and my horizontals, the same color. I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. And if I look at x, I have x, 7, and 10. I know that I'm going to have to subtract because if you look here, my longest side, I know it. So I say 10 minus 7 is going to give me my x. That gives you 3. So I go up here, 3, and I look at my units, it's centimeters. Then I'm going to look at my y, and my longest side is 10, and then I have y and 5. So I know that I have my longest side value, so again, I'm going to subtract. 10 minus 5 is going to get me my y value, which equals 5. I go up here, and y equals 5 centimeters. So if we look at this side, again, I'm going to highlight in order to keep myself organized. And I know that's going to be my y. And then I'm going to do my green. So now I look at all the different values that I have, and I want to solve for x. And my longest side is 15. I know that value. When you know your longest side value, you need to subtract the other value, which is 13. And that's going to give me my x, which is 2. I'm going to go and put 2, and my units are centimeters. Now I'm going to do y. So I know I have my longest value is y, and then I have 4 and 16. When I know these two values and I'm trying to find my longest, I add them together. So 4 plus 16 equals y. That gives me 20. Again, I'm going to put 20. I'm going to look at my units, centimeters. All right, the last one before the you try, I'm going to go ahead and highlight again. I got 12, 19, and y. That's going to be my y. And then I'm going to highlight my x. And I have 48, 25, and x. Since I know the longest side is 48, I know that I need to subtract. 48, and I'm going to subtract the 25 to get me x. That gets me 23. I'm going to put 23, and my units are inches. Now I'm going to do my y. I do not know the value for my y, my longest length. So that means if I know the two shorter lengths, I need to add them together. So I'm going to add 19 plus 12 is going to give me y, which is 31. I'm going to go ahead and put y equals 31 inches. So now you're on to the U-try problems. Again, I need you to highlight in green and pink your horizontal and your vertical angles, or I'm sorry, your horizontal and vertical lengths, and then solve for your x, solve for your y, and remember to put your units in there.